What's up guys, today I have some cross example solves for you guys. This video is a part 2 of the how to solve your cross in 2 seconds or less video, and that video is right here. Now I'm going to have 5 cross example solves, and I'll be doing all these crosses on white cross because you know white is very popular. If you need color neutral examples, you can request for that and I will do that later. The cross examples I'll be giving is focused towards beginner to intermediate solvers, so people who just got into the advanced cross method and want to kind of improve on it. If you are interested, let's get into the scrambles. Remember, the first tip is to always solve your cross on bottom. So for my cross, I see these two, I see this one and this one. Now I see this orange and this red are correctly solved in relation to one another because they are opposites to each other. Next, I see this green, which is a good edge, and then this blue, which is a bad edge. So I want to solve this green first in relation to these two. How do I do that? I look at my center pieces. So I see that green always goes to the left of orange. So for me to solve this green down here, this orange has to come over here. So I'll do a D2 to place the orange here. Then I will solve this green down here. But before I do this, I know that I can affect this bad edge by putting it on top of this good edge when it is in the middle layer. So I'll do an F, bring this one on top of this, and then do another F to insert this one. Now we have these three correctly solved in relation to one another. So, and this one is luckily joined to its correct centerpiece. So I can now align the cross and insert this blue white over here. So, nice cross. For the next scramble, I see my cross pieces here, 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 and here. So these three are good cross edges and this one is a bad edge, so I have to deal with this while inserting this one. So I want to insert this first, the red and white, and focusing on this one, I know that orange is always opposite red. So for this red to be solved down here, this orange cross piece must be here. So I will just move the cross over like this to put this orange here so that I can solve this red down here. So remember, this is a bad edge and I want to affect it while solving this, so I'll put it on top of this good edge, and then I can insert this edge using an F, which brings this one here to be inserted here. Now before I insert, I have to check whether I'm solving it correctly in relation to the red piece. So I see that red is always to the left of green by looking at the centers. So it means that this green has to come to the left of red. So we can insert it right away here by doing an R prime. So luckily this is also solved to its correct centerpiece. So I can go ahead and align the cross and insert this one with an F prime. For the third scramble, I see my cross pieces here, 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 and back here. So again, these three are good cross edges and this is a bad cross edge, and I'll have to deal with it when inserting one of these two. So I want to insert this blue first, and I see this one and I want to solve these two correctly in relation to one another. So I see that blue, by looking at the centers, always goes to the left of red. So it means that if this blue is coming down here, then the red cross edge must be here. So I'll move it over there and then insert the blue. So these two are correct in relation to one another. Next, I want to solve this orange and then affect this one as I am solving this. So I know that for this orange to come down here, red has to be opposite it being here. So I have to move this red over to this side so that this can come down here. So I move the red over, and before I insert this, I remember I have a bad edge here. So I will put it on top of this good edge and then insert the edge. So that leaves me with this one, which right away is going into this empty space here. so I can insert it and then do a D2 to align my cross. For the next scramble, I see my cross pieces here, 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 and here. So these two are good cross edges and these two are bad cross edges. So I want to insert this red right away. So what do? I see that this blue is already down here and I want to solve it correctly as I'm inserting this red. So looking at the centers, I see that blue always goes to the left of red. So it means that if this red is to come down here, my blue must be here. So I will do a D2 to move the blue here. And then before I insert this red, remember I have a bad edge here and I can turn this into a good edge by moving it on top of this red, so that when I insert the red, this is now a good edge. So next I want to insert this, and I see that green is to the right of red, green is to the right of red, so this green coming down here will be at the right of red, so I can just insert it right away. So I have these three correctly solved in relation to one another, and this one is luckily joined to its correct centerpiece, so I can align the cross and then insert this edge. So for the fifth example solve, I see my cross pieces here, this one, here, here, and here. Now I want to solve this blue piece correctly in relation to the red. So looking at the centers, blue is to the left of red, so this blue coming down here will be at the left of red. So sweet, I insert this. These two are solved correctly in relation to one another. Now I want to solve the last two, and this is a really nice pattern and I will be showing you how to do this. So I can align the cross right away, and then I put this one in the middle layer, move this bad edge on top of it, insert this one, and this one is now a good edge connected to its correct center, and I'll bring it down, and that solves my cross. So that is it for my cross example solves video. I tried to make the crosses as basic as possible, like my explanation. I wasn't going too in depth. If you feel I did not do some things right, if you have a better way to make this basic, you can leave that in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to see your suggestions. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Also subscribe to my channel for more content like this. See you guys later.